Thank you, Jim. I'm looking forward to working with you, our new board, and our staff team to meet the needs of our community. And I want to extend my welcome to everyone who's been able to join us today on this call and at this session. And especially thanks to our staff, our volunteers, and our donors. You make the YMCA work possible. I'm eager to provide you with a look back and a bit of a look forward as we mark this point in time. It's my pleasure to provide a report on the state of the Y. We all know there was not much that happened on schedule or that was normal last year. In fact, last year's annual meeting was postponed from June until September 9th. A lot has happened since then. At that meeting on September 9th, we realized that the work of our Y would be needed now more than ever. COVID had exposed needs in our community and created new needs. Physical and mental health were suffering, isolationism and divisiveness had increased, domestic violence, child abuse, and suicides were on the rise, and gains that our children had realized in academic achievement, confidence, and skill building were being lost or delayed. We declared at our last annual meeting that the Y would help to rebuild our community. We knew that the fabric of that community had been damaged, but we knew it could be repaired, and we knew the Y was uniquely positioned to meet this need. After all, we had the staff team, the volunteer leadership, and the support needed to make an impact. We can ask for and secure the needed resources, and we have the vision to make this possible. We set out to rebuild our community through efforts designed to help others rekindle relationships, recover healthy habits, regain strength, and restore hope. As part of rekindling relationships, we realized that as COVID forced us apart, we realized that the need we had to be together. And since September, we have worked to supply that spark that allowed people to rekindle relationships. Now, a lot of that, like many of our businesses, happened virtually, and we became more skilled than we thought possible at translating YMCA work into the virtual world. We brought people together in service to the Y cause at virtual events, meetings, discussions, exercise classes, and we even taught preschool virtually. If you were part of our YMCA in the last year, you knew you were not alone. We piloted a program called Find Your Roots for children and teens. This effort brought teens together from different backgrounds and origins to discover their history and heritage and learn about the history and heritage of others. That way we could form relationships and learn to appreciate each other and where we're from. And we knew to rekindle relationships, we needed our facilities and programs back open as quickly as possible. So as soon as it was safe and responsible to provide in-person services, we were there to serve. We followed guidance from local authorities, modified programs, and connected people as quickly as possible. Part of what we wanted to do is recover healthy habits. And when the world is turned upside down like it was last year, it is easy to forget and forgo healthy habits. Throughout the year, we were committed to help people return to taking care of themselves and their families. For instance, we conducted the Strong Challenge for over 1,600 community members. This was an opportunity for the entire community, Y members and non-members alike, to challenge themselves to engage in healthy habits, including play, connection, rest, service, and collaboration. These activities were set up so they could be done virtually, at home, or even at the local Y. And as part of regaining our healthy habits, we distributed nearly 190,000 pounds of healthy food to families in need. Both those distributing the food and receiving the food benefited from this great Y experience. We look to help people and our Y regain strength, and over the year we took specific steps to recover and regain the full strength of our YMCA. We knew that as a Y recovered, we would be able to do even more to aid our community in recovery. Part of that, I'm really proud to announce we opened 9 new child development sites, now a total of 32 spanning the entire valley. And we were able to open in parts of our community that we have never reached before. The whole intent of these centers is to build strong youth and reverse any negative impact on the social, emotional, and academic development of our children that was caused by the pandemic. And to make all this possible, once again, our community stepped up to help the Y recover our strength so we could help others. We received a record number of gifts last year, helping us to sustain and magnify the impact of YMCA work. Thanks to you and the gifts you provided, the Y was able to continue to deliver on our promise to make sure that no person is ever turned away due to the inability to pay. Your Y is returning to full strength, and we are now on strong financial footing. Membership has grown 20% from our pandemic low. Y Camp at Horseshoe Reservoir enrollment is on track for a record year, and we are building back our staff and volunteer team. We'll continue to work to reinstate all of our program staples and innovate in new areas in the coming year. Importantly, all this geared to restore hope. We knew that the pandemic and other challenges we have faced together as a community threatened to rob us of our most prized asset, hope. In the past year, we made a conscious effort to restore hope in the communities that we serve. Through our intentional welcoming and inclusion efforts, we provided an environment built on the foundation of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility. A place where all people can find common ground and learn to appreciate one another. We completed a full year of our programming in our Thrive Center that's together helping realize inclusive victories every day. During that year, we served over 800 families who have a member with a cognitive difference, a safe place where people can go and really grow and develop. And speaking of restoring hope, nothing did that more than the unexpected and unprecedented gift we received from Mackenzie Scott. This sent a message throughout our community that we were going to be all right and that we were going to be able to do even more. This gift allowed the Y to sustain heavily subsidized programs that meet critical community needs. And it will continue to fuel innovation as we broaden the reach and impact of Y programming in the future. There are really no words to describe how important and how appreciated this gift has been and will continue to be for our YMCA for decades to come. I am proud and happy to report that the state of the Y is strong, especially after the challenges of the last year. So in the coming year, watch for the completion of a new strategic plan that will outline and guide our action for the next 3-year period, the grand opening of the Aquatic Center at the South Meridian YMCA, which is scheduled to be open for the public July 1. Announcements and program enhancements as we develop new programs to meet and expand our cause impact to more of the community. And watch for updates on our efforts to bring a new YMCA to downtown Boise. Together, we are rebuilding community. Thank you to each of you for your work, your support, and your commitment to our Treasure Valley Family YMCA. I'm looking forward to working with all of you in the coming year and to seeing you at the YMCA. Part of what makes the Y such a unique organization and movement is the diverse support from volunteers in our community. In 1844, a long time ago, George Williams launched the YMCA movement in London as a volunteer. This example has crossed the globe and persists today. Our Y here in the Treasure Valley annually has over 4,000 volunteers who donate their time and talents to support youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. It truly takes all of us working together to make the YMCA cause come to life. Some of our most valuable volunteers are the folks that devote their time out on the front line. They give a smile at the front door, serve as road guards for fun runs, and coach our youth sports teams. They are YMCA ambassadors and advocates for the cause in our community. Part of today's meeting was recognizing some of the great volunteers we have in our branches. So we asked each of the branches to highlight just one volunteer from the past year who embodies our cause and brings it to action. Please join me in congratulating these great branch volunteers of the year. San Juanita Archuleta from our Caldwell YMCA, Max Veltman, YMCA Camp at Horseshoe Reservoir, Sam Guho in Child Development, Kathy Lee at the Downtown Boise YMCA, Grace Rhodes, South Meridian YMCA, and Catherine Hendrickson at the West Boise YMCA. Thank you all for strengthening our community through your work, your dedication, your service, and your passion. While we're here talking about the importance of people in the YMCA cause, let me take a moment to recognize our staff. There are many staff that are with us on the call today and others who are out working right now and weren't able to join us, and hopefully we'll see this later. But the important message we have for our staff team is you are valued. Through this past year, you have been warriors. You are essential workers. You were there when people had fear, when we needed support, when children needed someone to hold their hand and to make them feel important and comforted, and that everything was going to be all right. Staff members, you are the ones that bring the YMCA magic to life. You make a difference every single day, and we're so proud of your commitment and what you do for our community. Next, we'll hear from some dedicated Y volunteers who have helped us recognize the incredible contributions of individuals to further our cause over a lifetime of service. These very special people whose talent and energies have helped our Y grow and thrive are being recognized as our 2021 YMCA Service to Youth Award recipients.
At the Y, we focus on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility, helping people from all walks of life live better and thrive. It is in our facilities and on our properties where much of this Y magic takes place. Serving over 70,000 members and 100,000 program participants yearly, we operate out of 4 membership facilities, 3 aquatic centers, soon to be 4, a 440-acre camp in the beautiful Idaho wilderness, 31 child care sites across the valley, the Healthy Living Center, and our association services office. It takes an extraordinary team of expert staff and volunteers to ensure these spaces are accessible, safe, energy efficient, cost-effective, up-to-date, and environmentally friendly. Our next Service to Youth Award winner is one such expert, and he is truly extraordinary. This tireless Y champion became a Y guy not that many years ago as a child taking swim lessons at the Downtown Y. He has an extraordinary capacity for living life to the fullest. His appetite for outdoor adventure, his engineering and entrepreneurial accomplishments, along with his devotion to service, leave me wondering how he can fit it all in. This individual is none other than Leif Elgethen. Leif has been an active participant and leader on our association board of directors since 2014. He's been a visionary, thought leader, and eloquent spokesperson for many of our critical building projects and improvements. These include serving on our South Meridian Aquatics Task Force, our Downtown Boise Y Development Task Force, and acting as our Properties and Facilities Advisory Committee co-chair. He's also been the volunteer expert in helping us with association-wide energy audits, helping introduce LED lighting upgrades, combined heat and power systems, along with other energy-efficient upgrades. The result of Leif's work and expertise helps us save hundreds of thousands of dollars, which in turn allows us to invest so much more to our cause and serve more kids, more families, and our community. Leif, this kind of foundational work too often goes unnoticed. Not today, my friend. We honor you for the extraordinary work you have done for our cause, for your expert advice, and most especially for your friendship. It is my honor to present you with the 2021 YMCA Service to Youth Award. Congratulations, Leif.
Our 2019 annual campaign described our YMCA as a superhero factory. Ordinary people from all backgrounds and economic levels enter our Y and emerge stronger, healthier, and with greater understanding and compassion for their neighbors. They possess abilities beyond those of ordinary people and are equipped to make a better world. Well, it also takes superheroes to build a superhero factory. We're proud to recognize our very own Y superhero as a YMCA Service to Youth recipient. As a member and chair of the Downtown Boise Y Advisory Committee and member of the Association Board of Directors since 2014, She's used her superpower of X-ray vision to help us see through and overcome obstacles. Our Y has blasted through these obstacles and has achieved record levels of performance and people served during her tenure. Like the Flash, her superpower of speed has helped her on multiple committees and events. She can actually be in 2 places at once. It's amazing. This must come in handy as she's a dedicated distance runner too. Her Hulk-like strength came in handy as she worked at many of our distribution events, getting 90 tons of food to people in need. She made those 25-pound boxes look like they were filled with helium. The YMCA superhero that I'm describing is Sharon Burke. Unlike other superheroes, Sharon's powers are visible to all of us. I wanted to share 2 more of Sharon's superpowers that I admire the most. The first is empathy. Sharon readily identifies the struggles some members of our community face and leverages her empathy into action. She has chaired the downtown annual campaign and served at all levels of association campaign leadership. It's not a coincidence that she was the overall campaign chair the very year that the Superhero Factory theme was used. This campaign ensures that no person is ever turned away from the YMCA programs due to an inability to pay. In fact, thousands of children have discovered their own inner superpowers at the Y due to her efforts. The second is inclusion. Wonder Woman wields a lasso of truth, while Sharon uses a lasso of inclusion. As a member of our Diversity, Inclusion, and Global Committee, Sharon has loaned us her lasso to ensure that the Y is for all. When I read this part of the Welcoming and Inclusion Statement, quote, "The Y is a force for building bridges among all people, regardless of ability, age, birthplace, cultural background, ethnicity, faith, gender identity, ideology, income, race, or sexual orientation." I think of Sharon and her inclusion efforts. Sharon, thank you so much for sharing your superpowers with our YMCA. I'm honored to present you with the 2021 YMCA Service to Youth Award. Congratulations, Sharon, you deserve it.
Hello, my name's Scott Gibson, 2015 Service to Youth Award recipient. Our YMCA is committed to building a stronger and healthier community. We focus on developing strong, resilient youth, healthy and well adults, and community members who care for and take care of one another. In order to help us achieve these goals, we call the doctor. Our Service to Youth recipient is a tireless YMCA champion. Although he now holds the lofty title of PhD, his journey with the Y started as a membership department staff member. His responsibilities included connecting those in need to the prescription of help the Y can provide, regardless of their ability to pay. After seeing the impact of these programs, he expanded his practice to include significant volunteer leadership roles after leaving Y employment. You have probably guessed that I am describing Dr. Alex Zamora. Alex's service to the YMCA is inspirational and amazing. Alex joined the Caldwell Y Advisory Committee and served as the chair. He joined the Y Association Board of Directors in 2015 and continues to provide a strong voice and steady leadership to our Y. Alex's scope of practice is not limited to an advisory capacity. He rolls up his sleeves and gets things done. When the Y needs funding to help make sure that no person is ever turned away from participation due to the inability to pay, Alex chaired the Caldwell annual campaign effort and has served at every level of campaign leadership in the association. When we needed help distributing donated food to families in need, Alex was there at every event, helping to distribute over 180,000 pounds of healthy food. Some of these days were in 100-degree heat. Whatever the need, all we have to do is call the doctor. Alex helps us fulfill our vision to be for all. He is an active and influential member of our Diversity, Inclusion, and Global Committee, has chaired our Togetherhood volunteer service outreach program, and was instrumental in the development of Y programs that serve children and families in the foster care program. Alex, you make our welcoming and inclusion statement come to life. Part of the statement reads, We advance our cause by building a stronger and more equitable community where everyone has the opportunity to learn, grow, thrive, and reach their full potential with dignity. As a friend, community member, and past recipient of this award, I am honored to present you with the 2021 YMCA Service to Youth Award. We are lucky to have a doctor in the house.
A few years back, at the kickoff to our annual campaign, someone had the idea of giving the guests playing cards. The cards reflected various life scenarios, and it was such a clever way to showcase how our Y helps people play the hand they're dealt in life. Some people get a winning hand based upon the family they're born into or the zip code where they live. Others don't. I thought of that simple example many times. I reflected on it once more when I was invited to introduce this year's Service to Youth Award winners. These folks have been instrumental in shuffling the cards for many people. I'm very pleased to introduce this year's YMCA Service to Youth Award recipients, Frank and Pat Bayerjian. Let me first talk about Pat. She is an amazing volunteer who has spent hundreds of hours in our West Y Child Development Program. She shares her passion and expertise in early childhood development enthusiastically, and the children love her. When Pat arrives, they all scream, "It's Pat!" It's like holding puppies back to get her in the door. Pat is one of those special people that can change the trajectory of a child's life through her gift of time and attention. I was lucky enough to serve alongside Frank as a member of the YMCA Board of Directors. Frank is always all in. He has served on several YMCA committees, making a leadership impact on each one. As a current Healthy Living Center Advisory Committee member, he has helped lead the way for the Y to become a certified Medicare provider and established a strategic growth plan. Frank upped the ante and assumed a leadership role on the marketing committee during a very challenging time of staff transition. He has served on the Diversity, Inclusion, and Global Committee, also known as DIG, and was part of the team that saw the approval of the YMCA Welcoming and Inclusion Statement. Together, they are a winning pair. They worked at many food distribution events during the pandemic and always had the biggest smiles. They also helped in the Close the Divide efforts to get donated computers into the hands of children in need so that they could participate in virtual school. Frank and Pat, thank you for helping us change the lives of so many. Our community is stronger because of you. I'm honored to present you with the 2021 YMCA Service to Youth Award.
Leif, Sharon, Alex, Pat, and Frank, I've had the pleasure of personally walking beside you, working together, side by side, to make our community a better place. I've seen your passion, your commitment, your dedication, and the time and energy that you've put into making our community better. Thank you for being such devoted, cause-driven leaders and such an inspiration and role model for all of us. You are truly the kind of leaders our community deserves. Speaking of remarkable leaders, Vern Emery was a cut above, and he was this organization's leader when we opened our third location of where the downtown Y is located in 1968, our brand new Y at that time. He founded a legacy that carries on today through all of us. Every year in his honor, the YMCA gives an award in Vern's memory to an extraordinary volunteer who has made a long-term commitment to the Treasure Valley Family YMCA, whose influence has helped us meet the many diverse needs of our community. Like Vern, our recipient this year is a person who enjoys helping others grow and succeed. He lives the YMCA values daily and embodies the characteristics that Vern taught us, such as showing caring and compassion to all, being a strong leader with a great deal of initiative, being quick to praise others and build self-esteem, always giving credit to someone other than himself, being a great role model for others, and my favorite, and I remember this about Vern, is having a great sense of humor. If you're joining us today and you're a previous recipient of the prestigious Vern Emery Award, we celebrate you today. We're so thankful to have your friendship, your dedication, and the impact that you've had on our organization. It has powered and guided us through the years. We hope that you enjoy a very special message from the Emery family, followed by a tribute to celebrate our dear friend and Y champion, Bob Wright, our 2021 Vern Emery Award recipient. As the Emery family sends their message, I'm trusting that these flowers, as an inside understanding, will send a message to our award winner as well.
My name is Barbara Emery, and I'm the wife of Vern Emery. I met him at a dance, and I didn't know anything about the YMCA. I thought it was a boys' club like they had in some of the high schools.
And in our family, we are so overwhelmed that the Y thinks so much of our dad like we do. It's
different.
in awe that they still want to do this award. It just means so much to us.
I couldn't have found a better husband if I'd gone out and advertised for him. He just was a people person, and that's what you have to be in the Y. And it sure meant a lot to me and my family.
I'd like to read this that Tim Woodward wrote about Dad when Dad died 30 years ago. In a tough, unpopular office that tends to be frequented by abrasive, egotistical people, Vern Emery was that rare thing, a true public servant. He had his share of problems and controversies like any public official, but he never stopped being a genuinely nice man who had the people's interests at heart and served them honestly and well. So that was Dad.
I learned about the Y by living it. And it's been a very interesting life, and I've met some wonderful people, and the work that they do just amazes me. My first experience with the Y was going down there to a class to learn how to jitterbug.
Can you still do it?
Yeah.
I don't want to see it, Mom.
I might surprise you.
I know.
When I think about Bob, I think about kindness and generosity.
Bob embodies so many of the characteristics that Vern had, and so this award seems just so apropos.
You know, Bob has always been a very caring person. He's always been willing to give of his time, of his efforts.
Bob is a guy that just doesn't write out a check. He puts his shoulder to every challenge and leans into it.
The other thing I think of with Bob is contagious joy.
He is just so enthusiastic about everything he does, everything he touches. I don't think I've ever seen Bob without a smile on his face for more than a couple of seconds.
If you see Bob smile, his smile is contagious.
Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's touched everybody in some way, and that to me says so much.
You know, it's hard to even talk about Bob without a big smile on your face.
You know, we've always been very active in community and in our church, but when he got involved with the Y, it was just something very special.
He takes his role at the Y very seriously, and he's always looking for ways that he can mentor and nurture.
He's been a mentor for me in understanding how the Y operates.
He embodies that servant leadership, and I think that comes from his faith.
He learned, like all good builders, that you have to build strong foundations. And to build strong foundations, you need a lot of different talents.
One of the things that I'm so thankful for is the time that I got to spend with Bob in creating the Healthy Living Center.
We knew that if we had a project or something that we wanted to accomplish, Bob was the guy to help us get that done.
Bob is a man who I think in every way in his life has worked hard to build foundations.
What he's taught me is to strive to be a better person.
I think of him as my role model of how to show up in the world, which is with a positive attitude and sleeves rolled up to get to work.
I am so honored that I had the opportunity to have you a part of my life. And as you move into your next adventures, I'm so thankful that you're still part of my life.
He is YMCA through and through, and he's such a worthy recipient of the Vern Emery Award.
He was really fun. He was really fun, almost too fun sometimes.
On behalf of the YMCA Board of Directors and staff, We are so proud to present you with the 2021 Vern Emery Award. To Bob Wright and of course to Terry, thank you for your service, the impact that you've had, and the difference that you make in our community.
This is the Healthy Living Center. It's an awesome place. It's a place of sunshine, and it's what our community needs. So whenever I need a little extra sunshine, the sunflower is a natural symbol of the Healthy Living branch and all that we do. Nothing lifts the spirit like sunflowers. They give radiant warmth, are bright, cheery, vibrant, bold, yet caring, providing energy with form of nourishment. Sunflowers originated with America and have spread throughout the rest of the world. Symbolic sunflower meanings: longevity, healing, nourishment, flexibility. All the qualities of the Healthy Living Center. It fills my spirit. I love you, Mandy. Thank you for being here today. Love you, girl.
Love you. Love you, Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah, the wife fills my bucket over and over and over. It's just, I leave here always happy. And today, my spirit is full. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of our honorees today. We are so grateful for your dedication of time and talent that makes our community the best place to live, work, and play so we can all grow and thrive. One final thank you goes out to our team of Y staff and Peppershock Media, who worked hard behind the scenes working together to put on an impactful annual event. Thank you for your attendance today. We appreciate you joining us to celebrate and to be inspired, and we hope to see you all very soon at your YMCA.